Hello everybody and welcome back to Oakbridge Farm. So we've got our worker on just rolling there, you can just see, and whilst we wait for him to get done, what we're going to do is we're going to get this grass baled. Once the grass is baled, we are going to have to look at feeding our cows, and then once the cows are fed, we're going to move into... oh, they didn't windrow that little bit. Anyways, once the cows are fed, we will then look to move into the next month. That will then mean that we can... well, that field will need hoeing in front of us. The field opposite will need hoeing. And then field, is it 7, which is up at the top? I think it's field 7. That needs to be drilled. So we've got a very, very busy couple of months. And depending on how much money we make overnight... with all our green energy, with the wind turbines and all the solar panels we have, we may look at buying another field. But in the meantime, we're going to get this baled, and then we're going to make sure that all our animals are adequately fed. So that went a bit longer than expected, but I thought it was a good excuse to get all these little jobs done, and also a load of silage up here. It shouldn't take all of this, because I know there was a good lot already in it, so that's ready for come the morning. So if we go on to our productions, so we're full of silage, which is brilliant. The dairy has plenty of milk, it's got loads of milk, loads of buffalo milk and goat's milk. The greenhouses, obviously we've got automatic watering here, so they're just always ticking over with money in the background for us. The mixing station, yes, a hay, is it? So hay's the one that we just need to keep an eye on, which is why I wanted to get that hay done in our field. But it's also there for our sheep and goats if they require any, because the sheep seem to go through their meadow grass and then you just got to top them up, so they will need a bit more food. So we may cut that grass once more just to be on the safe side. We're still full of sunflowers and full of olives. We also have sunflowers in storage still as well, just in case we need to top that up. It's why we haven't planted any this year. Sawmill, there is no wood at this current moment in time, but what we can do is change output to selling, because we don't need these bits, so I don't know whether we'll be putting any more into there. And the spinneries all have roughly within a couple hundred litres, they all roughly have the same amount. Once they start getting down again, we'll change this to then transferring wool over to them, back over to them again, because there's quite a fair bit there. Then animals, to the water buffalo, they're full of food. Goats have nigh on a full meadow and just over half. The sheep obviously have nothing whatsoever, but they do have their meadow grass, so that helps out, and the chickens are full. So we're saying that we can go back to our house and we will sleep till 8 a.m. Well, good morning. So we do have the lime spreader on, but I'd quite like just to have a look if we pull off the road slightly here at this field. So we have weeds which can be hoed. Okay, that's brilliant. Potatoes, growth stage 2. Does it tell us what? No, it doesn't tell us what the land's like. I'm thinking, just for something a bit different, to buy this field. We have the money for it. So let's go field 9. Let's buy. Yes, please. We're then going to have to go get our soil information, which I know it's going to be rubbish already. Yeah, look at that big patch of black in there, silty clay. Because what I'd like to do, considering we're here, because we want the John Deere for the planter at the same as well, so that's why we've come here in the John Deere. But also, as long as we're not going to cause any damage, which I don't think we are, I want to see if we can line this just to try get our yield as best as possible. So if we start spreading, is it changing? Yes, so that's changing on the minimap. So this is well worth doing. And whilst we've got the other 2 fields to hoe, so it makes sense that we also do this one as well. It will just cost us an arm and a leg to lease the Tatey harvester, because I don't know whether 1 Tatey harvester or 2 will do for this. And with 48,000, I'd like to be able to buy another combine. It's just whether we will have enough money to do so. Considering we've only got a small amount of lime left, I thought we might as well, if there is going to be one more cut off here, might as well go spread it on here and use it up. Because the next thing we're going to have to do is grab that pallet of solid fertiliser there. We're going to need that one for this bit of grass, but also we're going to need it for the potato field over, which we've just spread lime in. So it saves we're using up all our fertiliser that we have left. That's the big thing, is to try and use up as much stuff as we have, because with this being the final year, we won't need any more. The only question that I need to think about is, because we've bought that Tatey field with potatoes in, is do we then replant it, or are we allowed to harvest it and then come the end, when we get to the end of this series and we go to sell everything, can we then sell it if we don't plant it, if you see what I mean? So that's just something that I'm trying to decide what to do. Depending on how harvest goes, we may very well drill it. I think that's the right thing to do, but obviously it just means it's going to take a bit more time. And drilling it, we don't need to lime it, don't need to fertilise it, and certainly don't need to roll it. So, yeah. If any of you have any opinions on that, then please do leave a comment below and let me know. The last little bit to get limed, where it's changing the ground colour, but nothing's coming out. Is it even using? Okay, so it's using some, but it's just not showing us the animation of spinning the lime out. So let's turn that off, fold it up. We will nip up to here, get this last bit of fertiliser. I think it's probably worth it we fertilise this now whilst we're here, then we know what we've got left to go up to our potato field. Yeah, and then that, we need the planter. Why is that filling up like that when... Interesting. And we've got the planter which takes liquid fertiliser instead of solid, which is why I'm wanting to get rid of all this solid fertiliser, because after this bit here, so 955, if we go into here, does it say? So I'm going to take that as we have taken... Oh, look how much liquid fertiliser we've got in our... That must be in our storage tank. I'm going to take that as that is what we... Because it's all in here, that it's not registering. Which, if that is the case, that's brilliant. We'll just take this bit wide and we'll go the opposite way around this time. Which, luckily, we're going to miss that bale. So, steering assist on, and let's spread this. Oh, this did need it. If you look at the field, it's all red. If you look on, obviously on the mini map, it's very dark red, and we're now changing it to orange. So yeah, so we'll just very quickly get this done, and then we can send this back up to the store, where we can load it up with some more solid fertiliser, and I may even set it on a worker just spreading that taty field. It helps if you have the correct working width. Obviously, going straight from lime to solid fertiliser, you need to reset your steering assist. Yeah, so this is almost done. And as long as after we've done this, my hope is, I think it was 955 litres we had of solid fertiliser here. So as long as we have less than that by the time the taty field's done, I'm going to deem that as a success. But we need now, where is the Deutzfahr? That shouldn't be too far away. So just going to leave this here for now. And let's try find, there's the Deutz. So considering we've still got trailer on, see if, well, they don't need any. So where is, I think the hoe is at the other yard. We go grab the hoe. And we'll try and do, in this time lapse, we'll try to do 2 fields if... the gate! We'll try to do 2 fields if we can, which I can't see us not being able to do. Because is it 15 miles an hour you can do with the hoe? Which is just awesome. Those big weeds in there are really annoying. I know it's all been sprayed, so it's completely clear by the tram lines, which you can't spray. It's just annoying how they stay in the field. Whilst at least using the hoe, it completely eradicates them. Ooh, do we need a front weight on that? Don't know. So we might as well, considering we're here. Ooh, it's very light on the front. Considering we're here, we might as well start on this field, and then we can slowly just keep working our way around. If it's possible, I will try to do all 3, but if not, these 2 we'll just have to do. Let's get steering assist on first, like so, and we're away. forgot that we had a load of products to sell. So this is the majority of our sunflower oil, which we will be able to sell any more that spawns next month, because it should be a good price still. So there's 221 plus 16,000, and it's the fabric which is going to be amazing once we've got that loaded up. But I will just do that quickly off camera, get that loaded, and then come back here to sell it. But that is saying, if we look on here, fabric 691,000. So there I was worrying about whether, well, starting to slightly get concerned. Come on, Mrs. Oh, we've run her over. Getting slightly concerned about being able to afford another combine just to finish off the harvest, and yet we've got all this money here. The big question is, will this make us millionaires again? That's what I'm very interested to see. It won't do if we crash into our shed. Well, into our own farm shop. So, can we sell these here? I'm sure we've sold them here in the past, but let's see. So let's take straps off. No. Straps back on. Where are we selling these? So the farmer's market. Oh, that's going to be all the way down to there, isn't it? Right, we will turn around quickly and we'll go to the farmer's market. I was really hoping we could sell there, because we should get a 15% bonus. But anyway, so we may not become millionaires, but I think it'll be very, very close. Take two at trying to sell the fabric. So we pull onto here. Whoa, we should have braked a bit sooner. And straps off. 671 plus 49. So we are millionaires. 1.27. That is amazing. And I think we're going to finish on the potato field. That needs fertilising and it needs hoeing. So I am going to take a worker up with me and do it both at the same time. So I'm going to set the hoe off first, whilst I sort out the Deutz-Fahr. Is it Deutz-Fahr? No, the Deutz-Fahr's on the hoe. Whilst I sort out the John Deere with some fertiliser, and then we will spread behind it, which will hopefully get that tatey field completely done. So the Deutz first. If we just pull it into here and set it straight onto a worker. Always confuses me, because I have the same gilet and shirt on that most of the workers have on. But right, let's flick through to our John Deere, which we want to 3 bags. I honestly don't know how many to get. Do we go 2? No, we're going to go 3. Let's just see. I've got a feeling that with it being silty clay, we're going to need all the fertiliser we can get. So we'll load up with these 3. The benefit of having this potato field is it is right next to the store, so we don't need to worry. Well, there's no long drive, let's say. So if we do run out, we're just nipping to here again to refill. Whilst we are here, what I'll probably do is planters. I think it was this one was the one I was interested in getting. So there's nothing we can change. That is fertiliser and seed, yes. So we will lease that in preparation for the next episode. We've got some liquid fertiliser there, and we also have a load, which I imagine is in our fertiliser tank at the main farm. At the can we get around the back of here? Alright, we've avoided the forklift. I think we're just going to clip. Oh, brilliant, we've done it. Yeah, which I imagine is in our fertiliser tank at the arable farm. So just pull into here. We can set that off going already. Get onto our first tram line, and we should be able to avoid the Deutz. That's the plan anyways. I probably should have checked what the fertiliser was like on this, because it's using nothing. Ooh, we've just used a little bit. Okay, I maybe spoke too soon. It's using some there now, is it? Oh, I don't know what's going on here. 3,394. If we just do another... Okay, so it's used a little bit there. But when I say a little bit, it is literally litre, like a litre or two. But the yield map looks completely perfect. Oh, that's a £5,000 sort of mistake. Is there anywhere? We'll just let that keep going. Is there any fertiliser contracts? Yes. Ooh, field 16, that's the one I was wanted to buy. We will accept that contract. I'll just do this pass down here, and then we will take this off, and that can go over there to fertilise for the next episode, I would have said. The Deutz we can just leave in here, continuing on. And then once this contract's done, at least we've got our money back, and it's probably paid for the rental of this. But I don't... this would have cost us a fair amount of money in renting, because we would have used it for quite a fair few hours now, I would guess. But let's just finish off this bit. I always hate having lime fields left when they're just white left over. So do that little bit, turn that off. We'll quickly bob up to that field over there and start off a worker up there. So I can only hope there's enough fertiliser in here to do this field. Which, if we... Let's go on to hire worker. Yes, hire. Does it tell you how much it needs? No, I don't have that mod on here to show me. But let's go back to the Deutz very quickly. Let's hop out. So nitrogen perfect, pH perfect, expected yield. So we're 0.6 tonnes off getting the yield that it says we should. But anyways, on that note, I would just like to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you have all liked and enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.